for you. We're live at the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Torres Murray. And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And it's Durant in at the 3 slot. On defense, the Thunder.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Walker is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Outside Green, outside Leonard, 3-pointer, and that one's good. Leonard's got his first 3 points of the game. Well, you got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
Now here's Duncan, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Duncan kicks to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Green, off the screen. Goes up with it again. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And he knocks down the first one. And, of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
You know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
Now here's Green. Fires the 3, and Parker gets it to go. The assist by Aldridge. Parker's got 5.
Well, what a smart pass that time by Aldridge.
Westbrook against Parker. Here's Adams. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And, you know, getting back to Popovich's relationship with Tony Parker, Pop made the decision to draft Parker. So he obviously saw something. But Pop's a perfectionist, and if you're going to play point guard for him, you've got to deliver consistently.
And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Count that one.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Now, here's Parker. He has 5. That is good.
And talking about Tony Parker, Pop's tough love with him really paid off. Tony eventually became incredibly consistent, culminating with him being named the Finals MVP back in 07.
Adams' shot is good.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Here's Aldridge, following the score by Oklahoma City. You know what? Ibaka with some nice D. Westbrook passes to Durant. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard. You go back to before last season with Durant. He was set to lead Team USA to the tournament, but had to withdraw from the team.
And, you know, withdrawing, Kevin, might have been the right play to keep him healthy. He still ended up on the shelf a good while last year, but I still think it was the right decision on his part.
And he makes the first.
And as competitive as Durant is, you know, it was strange to see him take himself off of Team USA. But let's face it, that Paul George injury played a big role, not only in his decision, but in a lot of guys throughout the league.
tied up with that one.
And you know, Durant was not the only one affected by that injury to Paul George. To see something like that happen in an exhibition game could make anybody think twice about summer play. Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Parker up top. He's covered by Westbrook. Green kicks to Aldridge. 11 feet away. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant.
It's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
There's the feed to Robertson. Screened by Ibaka. Launches it. Shot is off. And the Spurs going the other way now. Leonard attacking. Durant with some nice D. Thunder have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Westbrook dishes to Robertson. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. San Antonio trailing here. Parker outside. Pass to Aldridge. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season, but he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
The first free throw is good. And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
And he can't hit the second. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit goals.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Now here's Westbrook. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Westbrook drives in. Count the bucket. Westbrook's got 7 points.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Westbrook, no good.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
Defending Kevin Durant is one of their focal points in this matchup. He told me that Durant gives defenders problems because he can pull up and shoot at any time from any distance. He said usually you can try and funnel and trap a player, but with Kevin, there isn't really a way to force him out of his range.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And here now the Thunder, following the three-point attempt by Tony Parker. And Robertson kicks to Durant. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Tim Duncan picks one up. One thing about Kevin Durant, when you talk with him, he's got such a laid-back demeanor. I mean, his pulse doesn't quicken. And when you ask opponents, they'll tell you he is as competitive, Greg, as they come.
Yeah, what you see on the outside with Kevin, is a mirage, a fake out, if you will, because on the inside, this guy burns with competitive fire and brimstone.
West is checked in for Duncan. And then for Oklahoma City, Enes Kanter's checked in for Steven Adams. And it's Waiters in for Andre Robertson. Durant nails both of them.
And with Durant, his competitive spirit really comes out in crunch time.
And so it's San Antonio with it, trailing by 2. Parker against Westbrook. Parker passes to Leonard. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
They set the pick. Westbrook dishes to Ibaka. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Parker kicks to Green. The dish to West. Parker outside. He kicks to Leonard. Uncovered. And it's good in the assist by Parker. 7 points for Leonard. Thunder have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Outside Durant. Out left to the wing. Leonard against Cantor. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor.
I'll tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Aldridge. Kyle Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Kevin Martin, he's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Foy's checked in. Diaw against Durant. Kicks to Anderson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
Now Diaw, after Westbrook's missed 3, can't hit the turnaround jumper. Oklahoma City trailing. Foy, the pass to Westbrook. There's a good screen. Inside. The rebound by Anderson.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans have really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Outside Durant to stop the drought. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game.
And the Western playoffs it seemed a bit amiss without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't to be.
Now here's Mills. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one, and he gets the bucket. And the Spurs lead by 3.
Right there, West used that ample frame of his to open up space for the shooter. Solid screen.
Peters on the wing. He's covered by Anderson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And Dion Waiters traded last season to the Thunder. They wanted him as a shooting and scoring threat off the bench. Didn't want him to try and fill the void that Harden played when he was a member of the team.
You know, Greg, for Waiters, it would be unfair for the Thunder to ask that of anybody. You know, that's tough to do. Harden to make up what Harden had accomplished.
Yeah, and the Thunder even asked Waiters not to wear number 13 to avoid any comparisons, which I think was a smart move. But they still would like to have him provide some punch in terms of points off the bench.
Singler, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. He hits one and misses one each at the line.
You guys, Dion Waiters is a man who has never met a shot he didn't like. Despite shooting less than 40% from the field last season, he just kept on shooting. Now, every once in a while, he'd get hot and it would look good. But when he's off, which was most of the time, it didn't look very good. He's got to improve shot selection and shot discipline.
Hey, getting back to Waiters, there's a reason the Cavaliers dealt the former 4th overall pick in the draft. Not only did he shoot poorly, but Clark, he averaged less than 2 assists a game.
Yeah, I think it's a mindset adjustment with Waiters. I've loved his talent and his ability to make plays and shots. Now he just has to recalibrate his thinking so he can be effective in the role he's asked to play.
The first free throw is good. Well, David West's usage and overall numbers have ticked away with time. He's still as efficient as ever.
Yeah, not the over 50% field goal guy he used to be, but still a valuable contributor on the block.
And both free throws good for West.
And for West, a lot of what he brings to the table is just professionalism, leadership, and a real example of how to get the most out of what you've got. He keeps everybody on the team focused, too. When he speaks, guys listen.
And an important part of every team's game, we'll look at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Here's Anderson. Boris Diaw picking up that last basket. And Mills kicks to Anderson. Diaw, the screen. 6 to shoot. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. And that one comes up a bit short.
West guy's still very strong as a player, but clearly it's his leadership that sets him apart. Does all of those little intangibles that help teams win games.
And Mills kicks to Martin. Anderson outside. Here's Mills. Offensive rebound.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love it.
We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
And you look at the Spurs and how they avoid losing streaks. I mean, most teams losing 4 in a row wouldn't be such a big deal. It's only a big deal for the Spurs because they're so consistent year in and year out.
Now here's Durant. He has 7.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Diaw with a wide open look. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And guys, for the Spurs, a big reason they rarely go on losing streaks is that they have no bad matchups. One of only 3 teams in the NBA last year to defeat every other NBA team. Winning for this group is just second nature.
We've got 33 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Now here's Mills. He's tightly guarded. Singler against Martin. And it's blocked. Another shot. Diaw. And the layup's good off the glass. Diaw's got 8.
They have got to put a body on him because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
There's a screen by Cannon. Durant for 3. That's good.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Spurs lead by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he has room to grow, and he gives us some insight into that philosophy.
I think it's another level I can go to. You know, always can be better. That's how I look at things. Teammates need me more than ever now. Coaches need more from me, so I got to dig deep and see where I can find it from.
Well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems surrounded by uncertainty. Can he get that and stay healthy for the entire season? How does he work with his new coach? Where does he really want to be?
You know, the truth is, no one but Kevin knows the answers to those questions. And quite frankly, he may not know right now what those answers are. He's a very unique and introspective kind of guy, as we all saw when he accepted that MVP award a couple of years ago. So let's just stay tuned on this one.
Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Spurs, the timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. Aldridge out there with Duncan, and it's Leonard in at the small forward.
Shooting two.
And the first one at the line is good.
And really, last season, the Thunder came into the year as a popular pick to win the West. Of course, we know what happened in terms of injuries, and they ended up having them on the outside looking in terms of the postseason.
Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. Both free throws good for Mulder. For the Thunder, their play against the rest of the West wasn't a huge problem as to why they missed the playoffs. And you know, they went 25 and 27 against the rest of the West.
Well, at first glance, that doesn't look too bad, but only 7 wins in those 29 games against the Western Conference playoff teams. With the talent the Thunder have, you still think of them as favorites in the West, at least one of the favorite teams.
Parker dishes to Aldridge. It drops. It comes off an assist from Parker. Aldridge has got the lead up to 6 now for the Spurs. Oklahoma City has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Roberson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And that one's good. Westbrook. Here's Parker. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Parker's got 11.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Screened by Ibaka. Roberson the pass to Westbrook. And Parker with the block. That's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Waiters. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Spurs leading by 6. Parker outside. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Westbrook against Parker. side, Westbrook. Looking for Adams. He gets it there. Morrow kicks to Ibaka. No good off the front line.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Stolen away. Here's Roberson. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Shot clock at 6. Back to Ibaka with the shot. Again, Ibaka missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look. Well, you know that Kawhi Leonard has an incredible reach with his arms, but even his hands are just massive, measured at 10 inches long and 11 inches wide. Wow.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. Well, to give some perspective on Leonard's hand size that Greg was talking about, Clark, those measurements, 11 by 10, are what you typically would find on 7-footers. Well, this kid's 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, and I'm 6'9", and I'm about 9 by 7, okay?
Huh.
So that just lets you know.
Wow.
The only other hands comparable to that, Dr. J.
Huge. Kawhi Leonard with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
Thunder trailing by 10.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down on the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too.
All right now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses.
And, you know, guys, that's one of the things I like about Adams. I mean, he'll draw the ire of opposing players just because of how he approaches the game.
And he's good on the second.
Yeah, and guys, Adams doesn't want to be known as a dirty player. I mean, I think he feels he plays aggressive and he hustles, and that sometimes rubs players the wrong way.
Westbrook with a wide open look. Off target from outside.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
The Spurs have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though, Kevin, because now most people look at the Spurs as one of the more exciting brands of basketball in our league. Just watching one game again, and now you know that is the case.
You know, for the Spurs playing up-tempo, I mean, they made that adjustment several years back, to their credit. Since then, they've been one of the more up-tempo and offensive-minded teams in the league.
That drops.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Double team on Parker, looking for Aldridge to get to do.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And some stats to kind of back up the Spurs playing that up-tempo style. They led the league last year in distance travel as a team. Their players would cover almost 18 miles per game played. That tells you there's tremendous ball movement, but more importantly, body movement.
Here's West. He's again. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Looking at the game for Kawhi Leonard, 9 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. He's off on the first. Last year, the Thunder were in a playoff battle all season, Clark. Their road record of 16-24, a big part of why they didn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, when you're dealing with the kinds of injuries the Thunder had last year, it's impossible to be your best, and grinding out road wins is that much tougher.
He hits the second from the line.
And really with the Thunder and their road problems last season, both Phoenix and New Orleans had better road records than they did. And had the Thunder been tougher on the road, no doubt they would have made it in.
The 11-footer, Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Spurs leading by 12. Pulls it from 20. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
You know, the Thunder had road trouble right out of the gate last season, guys. Only had 1 road win in their first 9 road games. They also had 4 different instances of 4 or more game road losing streaks last season.
And the Spurs being the defending champions out west heading into last year, but they would end up 6th in the conference with a record of 55-27. Had a record of 32-20 against the rest of the West.
And the basket by Morrow. Morrow's got 4 this quarter.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
From about 16. Shot is off. Great D that time from Durant. We knew the West was going to be wild and very competitive all season long last year, and the Spurs, Clark, epitomized just how crazy and tough things can be there.
Yeah, and with about 3 weeks left in the season, the Spurs were sitting in the 7th playoff spot. Then they go on a tear and win 11 games in a row to jump to number 2. Finally lose 1 game, and they're all the way back to 6.
Green kicks to Parker, and Leonard has it in the corner. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Here's Westbrook. He's got 9. It's Durant on the wing. Aldridge is covering. Now Westbrook. He's got 9. They set the pick. 4 on the clock. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Westbrook's got 11 points.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Stolen by Durant. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Durant's got the ball.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And the Spurs with some changes. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Aldridge. Martin comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And then for Oklahoma City, Cantor comes in for Adams. And it's Foy in for Andre Robertson. Westbrook dishes to Cantor.
Yeah, and a big year for Enes Kanter last season. I mean, traded from the Jazz to the Thunder and finally saw the minutes that he was hoping for.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results.
And the Spurs making a change here. Diaw's checked in. Kyle Singler's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Cantor drops them both.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Here's Mills. The hand on it, but they recover it. Outside, Martin. 6 to shoot. To end the drought. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And the Spurs lead by 11. And Cantor did play well with the increased minutes last season, Clark. Averaged a double-double after the trade.
I think it was a great fit for him in Oklahoma City. He still has work to do, but now that he feels like he's in the right environment, I think we're going to see that great potential of his start to come to fruition.
For 3, Westbrook, no good. It's the Spurs taking it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Diaw with the screen on Westbrook. And Diaw gets it to go. The assist by Mills. Diaw's got 10 points.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Otto Ginobili's checked in for David West. Now here's Mills. He's covered by Westbrook. Ginobili the pass to Anderson. Spurs passing it around. Here's Diaw, and Durant sends it back. A second chance effort. Diaw can't hit. Under trailing by 13. And Voigt kicks to Westbrook. Durant in the corner. Now the pass to Singler. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Good. Westbrook's got 7 now in this quarter. Spurs have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. Tips it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball.
Thunder trailing by 12. When you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
The Spurs have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Dishes it to Ginobili. Diaw, the screen. Ginobili with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. And the basket by Diaw.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Now, here is Four. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Cantor dishes to Durant. 5 on the clock. Cantor sets the pick for Durant. And shot on the way. That doesn't go either for Durant.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
For Oklahoma City, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
And Cantor drops them both. It's not really a surprise at this point, but the Spurs were in the playoffs last year. 18th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, they weren't in that usual top 3 spot, though. Although, had they won the last game, instead of being the 6th, they would have been the 2nd.
Right.
Didn't have that home court advantage, and as they went up against the Clippers, it really cost them in that 7th game.
And it's Martin penetrating. Here's Diaw. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Putting it together offensively, looking to build some more momentum.
And against the Clippers, the Spurs didn't have home court advantage. I mean, ended up playing a big part in that series. They ended up losing in Game 7 in Staples with some questionable timekeeping, but that's not why they lost.
San Antonio leading by 11. Here is Anderson. And here's a nice one-handed slam.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Anderson with the block.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Ginobili against Waiters. Ginobili attacking. Here's Duncan. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Cantor with a screen on Ginobili. Waiters gets a wide open look. Off target from three-point range. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Mills. D right on him. Martin wide open. He fires. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Great job from behind the arc this quarter. I mean, shooting just under 60% for the game. I mean, that's smoking.
Foy with it. To the paint. With 1 on the clock. And there's Enes Kanter on the assist by 4. 6 points for Enes Kanter. And so that's the end of the first half. It's the Spurs. They lead by 14. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris Spurs leading by 14. Taking a look at the Thunder. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Roberson is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the small forward position. Duncan with the bucket.
And Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season. Signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
It's Durant on the wing. Jacks up a 3. They get it back. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got 9.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Duncan with a screen on Durant. It's stolen by Ibaka. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. San Antonio's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And Duncan throws it down.
Boy, that was right on the throw down there.
You're telling me.
It's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Feeds it through Ibaka. And stolen by Aldridge. And the Spurs pushing it up now. In with the ball. That's good. And that's 15 points for Kawhi Leonard.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Leonard against Durant. Puts it up from 12. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Parker passes to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Back to Parker. And it's blocked by Adams.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half. A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
And for Russell Westbrook, a heroic effort last season, but not necessarily an efficient one. He averaged 28 points a game, which led the league, but shot a 5-year low of 43% to get those points. And he led the league in turnover average, but that's also because he's got such a high volume usage now with all the injuries.
Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. And Roberson kicks to Durant. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Greg, on the topic of Westbrook, no one's questioning his heart and his will. It was unbelievable what he did after Durant went down. But Clark, the truth is, it's hard to make the playoffs playing inefficient basketball.
No, I agree. I mean, there are certain guys who are catalysts and other guys who make things happen. Iverson, Ginobili, Russell's old teammate, James Harden. Those guys make things happen, and you have to live with some of their inefficiency at times.
Under trailing by 15. Here's Roberson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. That one misses. And guys, Tim Duncan still dominant after 18 years. You know, he's reshaped his body. He has got a brand new diet, which he says has had a huge benefit. We saw it in the playoffs last year. Greg, I think, you know, he probably was one of the top 5 overall performers in last year's playoffs.
No doubt about it. We continue to write this guy.
Thunder trailing by 16.
And talking about Duncan's new look, Coach Popovich had an interesting quote. Pop said, I look at him and tell him, you look like Sprewell used to look. Just skin and bones, ligaments and tendons. But you know what? You can't argue with success, and not many people have had more than Tim Duncan.
It's deflected. And Durant sends it back. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. 6 to shoot. Here's Aldridge. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 12 points for Aldridge.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Westbrook dishes to Adams. Inside. And Ibaka kicks to Westbrook. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Durant for three. It's hauled in by LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead, no doubt about it.
Here's Duncan. Another one falls for San Antonio. And they're trailing by 20. Westbrook passes to Roberson. Here's Durant. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Ibaka outside. Westbrook kicks to Adams. And stolen by Aldridge. Down low. It's tipped. It's stolen by Ibaka. Outside Durant. Pass to Roberson. He feeds it to Ibaka. This one for three. They get it back.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
It has been a lopsided battle on the boards, no doubt.
Leonard dishes to Parker. Pass to Leonard from outside the arc. He scores his sixth bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time, and they play beyond the sum of their talents because of that style.
Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. Spurs do have a beautiful play style, and their offensive numbers show it, Greg. You're right there. One of the most fluid teams I can recall, Clark, in the NBA with their ball movement.
A joy to watch. I mean, they ended up top 5 in shooting percentage last year, as well as top 5 in assists.
And the Spurs with some changes. West is checked in for Duncan. And Boris Diaw is subbed for LaMarcus Aldridge. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Oklahoma City. Adams down low. West is there. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got 11 points. Spurs leading by 18. Parker double team. It's deflected. Misses off the right iron.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Spurs.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
That's good from Durant. The shot by Westbrook. Misses off the left iron. San Antonio leading by 17. West a screen on Westbrook. Parker passes to Green. Unloads from 13. And it's blocked by Ibaka. Westbrook against Parker. It's Westbrook with the drive. He dishes it to Adams. And Ibaka kicks to Durant. Clock at 6. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Ibaka against Leonard. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here is Durant. 22 points for him. There's the feed to Morrow. Back to Durant. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
A different look now for San Antonio. Kevin Martin is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Cantor checked in for the Thunder. Waiters comes in for Kevin Durant. Here's Morrow. Screen by Ibaka. Shoots off the screen. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
And who could forget the tear that Westbrook went on last season? I mean, after the All-Star break, it was just triple-double after triple-double for him.
Let's go, Ginobili!
Ginobili dishes to Diaw. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Diaw's got 16 points. Thunder trailing by 19. Outside Westbrook. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Manu Ginobili is one of the toughest guys you'll ever meet. That goes not just for the NBA, but any sport. I mean, a true competitor in every sense of the word.
On the topic of Ginobili, he's the guy who, when things aren't going well for your team, takes things into his own hands. He takes over, tries to coordinate. His will to
All right,
win
now, take
is,
a break.
as Greg Popovich will tell you, out of
Two
this
shots.
world.
I mean, you know, he's not just physically tough, but as mentally tough as anybody, arguably, who's ever played the game. What a big-time performer and a big shot maker.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook.
So far in the game for Westbrook, 15 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
Both free throws good from Westbrook.
Get open!
San Antonio leading by 17. And Mills kicks to Diaw. Diaw, the screen. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. 6 on the shot clock. Baseline try. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now here's Waiters, covered by Mills. And Waiters kicks to Ibaka. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Ibaka's got his first 2 points.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Thunder trailing by 15. Here's Westbrook. 16 points for him. Right block shot. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Westbrook's got 18 points in the game.
He's just too quick for his man. Left him in the rearview mirror and knocked it down.
Shots good by Ibaka.
You know, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Mills passes to Diaw. The dish to West. Off the screen. It's good. The assist that time from Diaw. And the Spurs lead by 13.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
San Antonio making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Then for the Thunder, Kyle Singler's checked in for Morrow. And it's Foy in for Russell Westbrook. Spurs leading by 13. Now Mills. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And it's Anderson atop the key. Singler with the rebound. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 12-4 run. Waiters dishes to Cantor. Screen by Ibaka. Cantor kicks to Ibaka. The three. David West grabs the miss. West has got 6 rebounds in the game. Now here's Mills. Ginobili outside. They set the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Anderson kicks to Mills. And the stuff by West.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
And both free throws good for Waiters. Well, Greg getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart, he's tough, he's all about team, and, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that. Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Martin the screen. There's a good screen. Pulls it up. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound in this one. 41 seconds left to play here in the third. Foy with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Pass to Ginobili. West a screen on Waiters. Ginobili attacking. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
And it's clear that's a change for the better from what he was able to do at the free throw line a year ago, guys.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Aldridge comes in for Kevin Martin. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Robertson's checked in. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Thunder trailing by 14. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. He kicks it to Cantor. From 11 feet away, and he gets it to go. Cantor's got 8 points.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Spurs lead by 12. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. We welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Thunder trailing by 12. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in at the 5 down low. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And here is Green. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That'll be his second foul of the game.
The second half hasn't gone nearly as well for him. He'd only had one before the break in terms of turnovers, but that number's growing as this game progresses.
Thunder trailing by 10. Roberson the pass to Wade. And the rejection by Leonard. Parker with it. Westbrook picks him up. Kicks to Leonard. Down low, Duncan. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. That's now 8 points for Duncan.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
To the middle. Here's Roberson. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Spurs leading by 10. Green dishes to Parker. Aldridge a screen. Double team on Parker. Shoots off the screen. A nice shot by Aldridge.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Thunder trailing by 12. Here's Roberson. Left side Adams. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one misses.
Looking at the game Adams has been having, he's got 11 points and a block. You talk about being on, he's been it. Not even one missed shot so far.
This is superhuman stuff we're seeing today, guys.
And he sinks the second. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Parker kicks to Aldridge. To the inside. Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, he's just angry from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up. Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And the pass to Parker. Aldridge with a screen on Westbrook. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Misses the 3.
Oh, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Plays like that, the hustle plays on the backboard, the second chance points that have really caused problems all day for the defense.
There's the screen. Westbrook kicks to Durant. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. That's now 26 points for Kevin Durant. Spurs leading by 11. Right side Aldridge. Leonard against Waiters. Duncan with a screen on Westbrook. Parker kicks to Duncan. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Duncan's got 12 points in just the second hit.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Westbrook and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And Tony Parker, at least some of his success can be attributed to playing with talented bigs. I mean, in his rookie season, he plays with both the Admiral and Tim Duncan. He kept that partnership going with Duncan for several more championships. So while talented, he's also been very fortunate.
While talking about Parker and the bigs, Tony benefited from their presence, Clark, but they also benefited from his play.
Really, early in their careers, the only way to defend Parker and Duncan was to pack the lane. And once Tony developed a consistent jump shot, the only way to defend them was to hope and pray.
Right. Both free throws good from Westbrook. Spurs leading by 11. Here's Leonard. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Shooting for San Antonio, Kawhi Leonard. Taking 2 shots.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one. Under trailing by 12. Here's Roberson. Outside Westbrook. It's up a 3. Good on the shot. Westbrook's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Parker against Westbrook. Dishes it to Duncan. Nice D from Durant.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Thunder. Spurs leading by 9. Green passes to Parker. Feeds to Aldridge. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
I'll tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Thunder trailing by 9. Here's Roberson. Outside Durant takes the 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
What are they thinking leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Aldridge dishes to Parker. Back to Aldridge. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Durant. That's good from Durant. Durant nails both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Spurs passing it around. And Leonard has it in the corner. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
They're trailing by 4. Right side, Westbrook. To the right side. Roberson the pass to Westbrook. Sinks the triple. Westbrook's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Oklahoma City.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Parker. Parker's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Outside Westbrook. There's the pick. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
The drive by Green. He feeds it to Aldridge. No luck. Nice D from Durant. The Thunder have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Aldridge with a screen on Westbrook. Parker kicks to Aldridge. From 10 feet out, Aldridge can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim. Rugged play under the boards. It's not a place for the weak of heart. You've got to go in there physically and aggressively.
Aldridge is free. It's stolen by Adams. Westbrook dishes to Durant. Westbrook against Parker. Westbrook kicks to Adams. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for Oklahoma City.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Missed a chance to put them up 3. That's going to affect how they set up on defense this trip now.
Leonard kicks to Aldridge. Parker outside. 6 on the shot clock. And the wide open shot from Duncan. And it's good in the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 9th assist in the game now. To the paint. Here's Westbrook, and he uses the glass on the layup. Westbrook's got the lead up to 2 now for Oklahoma City.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Leonard the pass to Parker. Aldridge kicks to Leonard. Passes it to Duncan. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
I'll tell you what, at this point in his career, it is safe to say, actually has been for a while, that Duncan might be one of the best power forwards ever. He is, clearly. 5 rings, 50-win seasons, his whole career, the complete package on the box.
And Duncan, who briefly contemplated retiring after last season, showed in the playoffs, Greg, he is still very much at the top of his game.
Listen, Tim Duncan, for me, is the greatest power forward to ever play the game, although Pop will tell you he's actually a center in the power forward's body. I mean, what a great matchup. Yeah, how great was he, I should say, in the matchup against the Clippers last season. And throughout his career, he has been more consistent than a clock. I mean, it doesn't matter the year or who he's up against. This guy just finds a way to leave his mark on the game.
Screen by Ibaka. Durant just inside the line, and the shot is long.
Boy, have they been hitting the glass hard or what? Kind of surprising in such a tight game.
Yeah, they've had their chances, and they're playing with passion. They've just got to tighten up on the execution. Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly.
Ibaka, wide open, he finds. Can't get it to go. And the Spurs going the other way now. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And Mills kicks to Duncan. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Thunder trailing by 3. Right side, Westbrook. Mills with the steal. Pass to Aldridge. He dishes it to Green. The Spurs rebound.
Tough play underneath to give them another shot.
Durant, the pass to Westbrook. Back to Durant. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. 33 points for Kevin Durant.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside.
It's Durant on the wing. Beyond the arc. That's good. Durant's got 36.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Mills dishes to Aldridge. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Left side, Westbrook. The feed to Ibaka. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Gentlemen.
Throw good. Serge Ibaka. And both free throws good for Serge Ibaka. Now Mills. The dish to Aldridge. With the fadeaway. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. Aldridge has got 6 points in the quarter. .158 left in the fourth quarter. And Durant gets double teamed. Here's Adams. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Dunk. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. David West is checked in for Duncan. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Mills. Back to Alden. Shoots from 14, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. They'll shoot one more at the free throw shot. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Tim Duncan. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. It's pretty late in the game to be altering the game plan, but they're going to come out with a different look here, guys. Back to you.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Westbrook kicks to Durant. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Roberson. Oklahoma City gets it back. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Mills. He's covered by Westbrook. Mills passes to Alden. Over in the corner, Green, and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
1:10 left in the fourth. Outside Durant.
And just look at what Durant is doing. My goodness.
San Antonio's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Mills dishes to Aldridge. Aldridge double teamed. Aldridge is screened. Shot on the wing. Mills can't hit.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort.
And he clearly is one of those guys.
Side out.
You saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
And it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Free throw is good, and that makes it a three-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Wow, I tell you what, those free throws will give them some much-needed breathing room. 2-possession game now.
Pass to Alden. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Spurs. All-American soldiers. Taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
Tremendous job at the line as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations. situation.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's with the rebound. Kicks to Mills. The pass to Alden. He nails it. And it's on home.
Well, you can't give him that kind of position in the post.
Oh, listen to me.
Here's Roberson, and he hits the shot. But hang on, guys. Hold everything. The officials may review it here. And don't start the celebration just yet. They're going to have a second look at the replay monitor and see if it got in. This one's over if the original ruling of a basket stands. But we'll see.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up. And even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
Yeah, that's how it looked to me, and that's the call we should see here, but no harm in going back to the footage and making absolutely certain.
The officials have made their
Basket's
decision.
good.
The basket, as we thought, will count. It took a little while to check the replay, but they did, in fact, have it right. He got it off GA in time.
And even though they had it right the first time, it's always a smart move to double check. When it comes to the game-winning shot, you have got to go to replay.
So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Craig Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew. Thanking you for tuning in. So long.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another.
This was vintage Kevin Durant we saw tonight, fellas. Just tearing it up. He's got the most diverse set of skills out there from an offensive standpoint. There isn't anything he can't do. And defensively, he can do it as well. It's almost impossible to count all the ways Kevin Durant helps his team.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.